Science Director. We're going to get started with the awards presentation tonight. On behalf of the Science Department, I would like to welcome you all, parents, students, administration, and school committee members, to Stoughton High School's 60th Annual Science Fair. The Science Fair is a unique opportunity for us to celebrate the accomplishments of so many of our students. This year, over 200 students participated in the Science Fair. This night takes a lot of preparation. I would like to thank the students for their hard work and the science faculty for their dedication over the past months. Staff mentored students as they researched their independent projects and built their engineering projects. In addition, most of the Science Department was here this afternoon and is here tonight to facilitate the competitions. This event would not be possible without them. I would also like to thank the judges who were here this afternoon to judge our traditional projects. And now for the awards. To start, we would like to present the award for the cover contest. Earlier this month, there was a cover contest for the Science Fair booklet. Among the numerous choices, one stood out as a winner. Alex Soto was awarded for her drawing for the science cover. So I do want to mention that there is a jazz competition this evening as well, where some of our students have left to go to the jazz competition, so they may not be here for some of the awards. To present the engineering awards, Ms. Julie Miller will take over for me.
Thank you, Ms. Wiebe. And before I start with the awards, there's one other person that we should thank and appreciate for the hard work for tonight, and that's Ms. Amy Wiebe, the Director of Science. This is a huge undertaking every year, and she does so maintaining grace under pressure and really offers a great event for the students and for the community. So, nice job. All right. So, in the wind turbine competition, the objective is to design and construct a propeller system which generates the greatest voltage. Third place in this event goes to Andrew Ignatiev. And when you come up to get your award, if you'll just remain up here for just a few minutes so we can take a photo of all the award winners in that category. Second place is Jennifer Bradford. And first place, Dia Patel. Round of applause for our wind turbine winners. Thank you very much. All right, in the engineering event, the mousetrap vehicle, students design and construct a vehicle that uses 1 or 2 snap mousetraps as the sole propulsion energy source. The vehicle must travel a specified distance and then return to the starting line as quickly as possible. Third place in this event goes to Ayman Futa. Ayman's mousetrap traveled a distance of 48 feet. In second place, Chris Desir and Naquan Hamilton. Chris and Naquan's vehicle traveled a distance of 56 feet. And in first place, Thomas Barton and Noah Johnson. Thomas and Noah's vehicle traveled an astounding 92 feet. Nicely done.
Right into the cafeteria. My room.
Very good. Okay, in the structural challenge event held here in this room, students built balsa wood towers in their engineering classes. The objective of the event was to have the greatest ratio of weight held to the weight of the structure. In third place, Beth Foley and Corey Baptista. In second place, Eric Anderson and Carl Frederick. And in first place, Alana McCormick, Nick Alves, Nick Rinaldi, and Robbie Seaman.
They left you?
Excellent job.
Wait.
To present the next round of awards will be School Committee Chair, Miss Molly Cochran.
All right. In the event Micro-Mole rockets, the objective is to optimize the fuel mixture for a miniature rocket and launch it so that it is propelled furthest across the room. Third place in this event goes to Tina Awed and Beyonce Janvier. Second place in this category goes to Alana McCormick and Sydney Pendenza. And first place goes to Christina Bashara and Jalila Waller. Right, okay. Congratulations. In our next category, so for the Destination Imagination teams, there were two challenges tonight. Teams competed in the Instant Challenge. The teams were given a limited supply of items and had to design a mail order service. The teams that demonstrated the greatest level of creativity, communication, and presentation skills will be awarded medals tonight. In third place, we have the team Diesel. And second place. And second place, the second place award goes to Project Y. Congratulations. And now the first place award goes to Armada. Wow. Congratulations to these teams. And now I would like to introduce School Superintendent Dr. Rizzi.
Good evening. And now for the traditional projects. The traditional projects fall into two groups, individual and team. In each division, projects are judged for creativity, advancement in science, originality, thoroughness, and scientific approach. Students have worked long and hard preparing for this day, and I'd like to acknowledge their work and the work of all of their mentors. So, good job, everyone. Thank you. The highest scoring project will automatically be eligible to compete in the Massachusetts State Science Fair, and several of the highest scoring projects will be eligible to represent Stoughton High School at the South Shore Regional Science Fair. So before I announce the winners, I'd like to ask all students who win an award for a traditional project, team, or individual to stay up here for pictures and information after you've gotten your awards. For team projects, third place is awarded to number 36, Nathan Bodette and Carter Jerome. For a project entitled Pump It Louder. Second place, for a project entitled Isn't Zit Annoying? Andrew Crean and Isabel Solom. Yeah, Isabel is playing music tonight, so you're collecting it for the team. And first place, for a project entitled, How the pH of a Consumed Beverage Affects Drug Solubility. And it goes to Alessandra Lafredo and Jessica Podesta. And now for the individual traditional projects. First, I'd like to say that honorable mention goes to Brian Peoples for ramifications of a robust password. And now, third place for the abrasive effects of toothpaste, Andrew Chang.
He's also at jazz competition.
Yeah, that's why I had to do him first anyway. He's also at the jazz competition. Second place, 4. Can you go all natural with antibiotics? Goes to Tess Billow. And first place, we're all going to want to know the secret to this one. Using machine learning to predict the stock market, Thomas Smith. Congratulations to everyone for exceptional projects this year. Thank you very much.
Hi, my name is Alessandra Lafredo, and the title of our project is How the pH of a Consumed Beverage Affects Drug Solubility. My partner, Jess Podesta, is at a jazz band competition right now, so she could not be here, but she is here in spirit. So the problem that we wanted to address was how fast could we get the effects of drugs to work. So a common problem in society is that, you know, common drugs such as ibuprofen and acetaminophen don't always work as quick as people want them to. So we wanted to find a variable that would affect those results. So with what we learned in class, we decided that the variable we would be testing would be acidity of beverages that we consume. So we wanted to pick a really strong acidic beverage, a medium one, and then a more neutral one. So we chose Coca-Cola, which is a pH of 2, tap water, which is our neutral beverage, that's pH of 7, and then black tea, which is a pH of 4, and that's a more moderate one. So using those beverages, we got acetaminophen and ibuprofen, and we wanted to manipulate the digestive system and a human body as best as we could, and to conduct our experiment. So the first step was to make the gastric acid in a stomach. So we used potassium chloride, sodium chloride, and hydrochloric acid. And we heated that to the average body temperature, which is 37 degrees Celsius. And we actually put it on an automatic stirrer, as you can see here, which simulated actually some of the contractions in the stomach. And then the final part was actually, we made a mock esophagus, which is just a regular garden hose. It's about 1 inch in diameter and 12 inches in length. And what we did was we got the pill and the beverage and poured it down into the beaker with the acid and timed them. So the data and results actually did prove our hypothesis, which was if a pill is consumed with a highly acidic beverage, the medication will have a faster rate of dissolution because the acid in the beverage will work in conjunction with the gastric acid rather than a neutral beverage, which will kind of buffer the gastric acid. So Coca-Cola actually with ibuprofen took 41 minutes to dissolve fully. Black tea about 1 hour and 22, and then tap water 1 hour and 24. And then the same thing with acetaminophen, 4 minutes and 48 seconds with Coca-Cola, 5 minutes with black tea, and 5 minutes and 17 with tap water. So we did create a few graphs, two with the individual drugs and then one in comparison. And as you can see, as the pH increases, so does the time. So from all of this, we concluded that you might want to take a pill such as acetaminophen and ibuprofen with a more acidic beverage. But there was a lot of sources of error because, as always, when trying to create a human conditions, I mean, we all we collected all of our data and averages, and all bodies are different. So the temperature may vary, especially if they're sick, esophagus size, stomach size, and even the temperature in which you consume the beverage. But we wanted to apply our findings for research on accidental drug overdoses. Sometimes people might get sick or actually seriously overdose because they're taking too much acetaminophen or painkillers because they aren't really aware of how fast it takes to dissolve. So yeah, thank you.
My name is Thomas Smith. I won first place for individual science fair this year. This would be 2017 to 2018 year. My project is called Using Machine Learning to Predict Market Values. The actual is stock market, but I've furthered it to more things. So basically the idea goes, normal programming is you take an input and then you set rules yourself, if and then statements and stuff like that, and then you get the desired output, and you keep changing the rules until you get that desired output. But what if the problem is so complex, like predicting stock markets, that a human can't possibly think of rules that would get to that? So computer scientists invented what's called a neural network. I'm technically using a recurrent neural network, so I'm just going to simplify a little bit. But so basically, if we can get this in the shot, hopefully, there's this that basically simulates the human brain. They kind of took a note from nature, like a lot of engineering does. And they have input layers and then an output layer and then hidden layers. So basically, you put in numbers to these, and in this case, closing values for my test, Google stock values, and then you tell it what the output value should be. And then it sends these numbers through, and each of these are weights, and that's basically meaning a linear algebra equation, which is basically just like doing math out, like an algebra equation. And then they're kind of random at the beginning. So then you get this, and the number's completely wrong. At the beginning, it's always going to be wrong. And then you calculate this through like what a bowl error function. And so basically you're somewhere on this bowl, and you want to get down to there because that's the lowest error. And the computer calculates how to get there by keep changing these equations up until these equations output the right answer or close to it. And then, so you keep doing that, and you basically do it by keep giving it more information and having it train longer and longer. So as we can see from my graph, with this at 10 hours trained, it just is a linear line that's negative. And then 20 hours is still kind of a linear line, negative. But at 110 hours, they kind of converge at 90, 100, 110. But it goes like this, following the general trend of the actual stock value of Google. These are from 2008. And then that basically brings it down quite greatly, the error rate, to the average error rate of the 110 hours trained model actually is a 1.5 error rate, which sounds small, but in actual stock market analytics and stuff, that's actually kind of large. But for this project, it's sufficient because I only wanted to be 50% accurate, which means a 50% error rate. So I far exceeded that. And then I applied it to Ethereum, which is a cryptocurrency. And basically, it's like Bitcoin, but smaller. It's the second most popular one. And I gave $150. I put 75 in something, and then the other 75 to this bot, which could go around and trade that money in, trade it for the already set $75, sell it, and then or use that money they've already sold and buy more. And so I basically let the bot do its job for like a month, and actually raised my value up incredibly. And this is actually a simplified graph. It's in the real life scenario, it was by the hour, that's by the day. And I thought this was a pretty cool project. I wanted to do a little bit more with article reading and almost a Netflix-like recommender service, but those were proved too difficult, and also data was unavailable for the Netflix-like recommender. So, but even without that, it was a very accurate model for this level, and I think my project succeeded. Thank you.